Today I'm going to show you some strengthening exercises that might help get rid of the muscle imbalances that are contributing to hip pain. What's up everybody, it's Blake Bowman here with Gorilla Zen Fitness, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you several different glute activation exercises that you can use to address commonly weak and underactive muscle groups that, if they're weak, if they're imbalanced, can sometimes contribute to hip pain in the front, anterior hip pain. So like I said right off the bat, when your glutes are weak or inhibited for whatever reason, because you've been sitting on them your whole life or you just haven't been targeting them with strengthening exercises, if they're weak, they can contribute to pain in the front of the hip. Now, I also want to say that this is not a catch-all exercise sequence that you can do for any types of hip pain. There are a lot of things that can go on with the hip. I made a video before about forward glide of the femur. You can check that video out over here. But I just want to let you know right off the bat that these exercises are going to help a lot of people strengthen their glutes, which might help, but the hip is a very complicated joint. It's very mobile. A lot of things can go wrong with it. So because of that, remember, I'm a corrective exercise specialist. I'm a personal trainer specializing in corrective exercise. I'm just sharing exercises with you to give you some inspiration and ideas as to what you can do to potentially help balance out your hips. I'm not a medical professional, and if you have severe hip pain, I definitely recommend you see a physician or a physiotherapist. That said, I'm going to show you 3 different glute exercises that all use different motions of the hip to activate different fibers of the glutes. Okay, the gluteals have a lot of different roles in the body. Some muscle fibers will extend the hip, others will internally rotate the leg, others will abduct the leg, take it out to the side. We're going to use those 3 today to strengthen your glutes, and by using those 3 motions, we're really going to help build a nice, well-rounded, foundation for your glutes. So this first exercise, we're going to utilize leg abduction. Okay, that just means taking the leg away from your body out to the side. Okay, it's called a side-lying leg raise. This is a very common exercise, or was very common in Pilates classes in the 80s, aerobics and things like that. But it's a great way to actually activate the glutes. So you're basically just going to lay down on your side. Make sure that your toe is pointing forward, that top leg toe is pointing forward, and you want the foot to remain flat like that the whole time. And that's basically what you do. You lift it up about as high as you can, keeping that foot flat. You don't want to let the toes point upwards like that. So just like this, and then to hit the other side, you'd roll over and do the other leg. That's pretty simple. Okay, so that's the first exercise. The second exercise that I want to show you is internal rotation. Okay, this helps to turn on the glute medius, okay, which is a different glute muscle in your butt. So basically for this one, you're going to lay on your side, you're going to bend your knees to 90 degrees, and you're going to flex your hip at 90 degrees. So that means there's a 90 degree angle here, 90 degree angle at your knees. From here, you're going to make 2 fists. You're going to put them between your knees. You can also put like a medicine ball or a foam roller between your legs if you want to, but basically we just want some space between the 2 knees. You can use your hands just like this. From here, you're going to basically lift the foot up as high as you can like this. Okay? What we're doing here is we're internally rotating the femur, the leg bone. Okay, this is your leg bone, and it's moving in. Even though this is moving away from the body, this is internal rotation of the leg because this is what we're turning in. Okay, and this is basically how you do the exercise. Like I said, you can put a medicine ball or a basketball even, or a foam roller in between your legs. However, you can just do it very easily with your hands. That's all you do though. It's kind of like a wrench. We're turning the leg bone inside. You should feel that lighting up your glute, especially after you do a couple sets of these, okay? So that's the second exercise. The third exercise is going to be the classic hip thrust, okay, hip extension. And to do this, and there's a lot of progressions with this. If you have really strong glutes already, you can progress by like holding weights on your pelvis while you do this exercise. You can even put a barbell across your pelvis. For my stronger athletes, hockey players, and people in like explosive sports like football, wrestling, I have them do this with weights. But if you're just starting off and you have poor gluteal control, which you probably do, most people do, especially if you have some hip issues going on, then just start off with body weight. But basically, you're just going to lay on your back, bend the knees, pull the shin bones in your heels as close to your butt as possible. That'll really shorten the hamstrings and prevent them from contracting. And then from here, you're gonna drive your knees out away from each other while keeping the feet flat and planted as you thrust your hips up as high as you possibly can, then back down, okay? Just like this. You're squeezing your glutes as hard as you can, okay? And that's pretty much it. There is one note that I want you to keep in mind when you're doing that. The glutes, your butt muscles, only contract maximally when you enter into maximal hip extension. And what that means basically is that you need to get your hips up as high as humanly possible when you're doing this exercise in order to get the most glute contraction. So if you're just like laying back and you're like moving up like this, okay, that is not high enough. You really need to get those hips up as high as you can go. For each one of those exercises, I recommend you do 4 sets of 15 reps per exercise. Now you can integrate those into your warm-up routine or your corrective exercise protocol. I'd recommend doing these once or twice a week before you train your legs. Or after, it's really just up to you. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did and you're not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, and go ahead and do that right over here. Also, don't forget to like, give me a comment, and share this video. It helps kind of increase my visibility here on YouTube, and I would really appreciate it. Lastly, if you want me to be your coach, if you want me to assess your posture and identify all of your muscle imbalances so that we can put together a specific corrective exercise program, specific and customized to you, then go ahead and open up the description down below, hit coaching, and purchase a posture and movement assessment. Other than that, happy holidays, and I'll see you next time.